Alright, so let's get back on topic. Say, what is your plans with the angel, who is clearly like... I mean, what other information did you need from him?
Um,
Because he clearly does not want to be there anymore. I mean, like, he's done. He's given up whatever information you've asked so far. He's willing to give the rest, but it's like, he wants to leave.
why does he want to leave so much?
I mean, just think of what situation he was in. He was just beaten by a mortal who was like, what, a sixth of his size? So that's not exactly a very... That's if he's honor bound, he's not very... That's a lot of shame he just went through, so he's trying to get away from the shame.
It's like 1/36th of his size.
Still, it's like, yeah, he was just beaten by a mortal, so... That's a very shameful thing for him, so why would he want to stick around after that?
Alcohol?
Angels don't drink. At least not non-fallen angels. Audrey drinks because she's a fallen angel.
I think we've got some good massages.
So he just like he doesn't believe in those earthly pleasures. So you're trying to okay, now his question is, why are you trying to keep him here?
I just think you need to loosen up a little.
Okay, so it's like, no, I will not become one of the fallen.
No, I'm not talking about falling. I'm talking about, being less.
It's like to give in to temptation is to sin, and to sin is to become a fallen angel.
It's not sinning, though. It's not giving in to temptation. It's just having some form of enjoyment in your life.
It's like, the angels were not born for enjoyment. We were born to enforce the Maker's will.
Well, then your Maker's a fucking asshole.
So, and you can see his ire just immediately rises. It's like, you dare insult the Maker? Like, if he could move, he would clearly be trying to smash you right about now, but he can't move, so...
Making someone who are able to enjoy life's pleasures, but disallowing them to, that is cruel.
It's like, we are the guardians of heaven. Leave the pleasure for the ones who give that gift. We were not given that gift. And it is not our place to debate that.
You obviously were given that gift, it was just taken away from you.
Okay. And you clearly, you are, in short, you are blaspheming right in front of him. And his ire's getting, really high. Because, I mean, what do you... So he went from willing to talk to pissed, because you just antagonized him by, insulting the Maker, whatever the Maker's willing them to be.
Who even is your Maker?
So... it's like, it is not for us to know.
Then how do you know that you're even enforcing his will, or anything like that?
It's like, because he tells us.
Doesn't that make you in any way suspicious? No?
It's like, it is not our way.
Wow, the more
And so, he's looking at you, it's like, you have free will, you have the right to question, we do not. Our will is to serve. We will not break with the edicts, and no blasphemy you say to me is going to change that. So either release me, or be declared war upon. Because if you keep me here any longer, I am deemed a prisoner, and war is certain.
I'm not the one holding you here.
So it's like, so you're not, so wait, you're not holding him here in any way, it's just he's exhausted?
Yeah.
Okay, so after hearing that, he rises to his full height, realizing that there's no shackles keeping him down. He's completely silent. He puts his helmet back on.
We will never speak of this.
No, he doesn't say anything. Like, he just starts opening a portal, and he's expecting that it's going to open, seeing that, if you're...
The question is he actually able to open a portal at this point?
Is he able to what?
Able to even stand beforehand.
Say what?
Is he even able to open a portal at this point? Because he wasn't even able to stand at...
Yeah, so, I mean, he's had enough time to rest a little bit, so he's got enough energy to create a portal open. So, without a word, he just walks through the portal and shuts it. And it shuts in a way that's, like, equivalent to somebody slamming a door. Like, it just closes rapidly in a clap of thunder.
Drake, I immediately begin bonding with his sword.
Okay. What sword?
The sword that he left.
Did he leave his sword? He picked up his sword.
No, dude, he left it, and then I dragged it.
Oh yeah, he left it behind the bar stand. He didn't go over there. So,
so
it's really Galadia's like Galadia's looking at you, seeing that you're eyeing the sword, and then he's like, he makes a snide remark. It's like, so you have a thing for big swords, or?
He doesn't have a thing for big swords.
What, Adric? No, he's asking Adric. It's like, you have a thing for big swords, or?
Yeah,
because you're eyeing the sword.
Why is who doesn't have a thing for big swords?
It's like people who are heterosexual.
Well, no, there are heterosexuals who have a thing for big swords.
It's like and it's like clearly I have not been out in the world long enough to see the changes.
Say is fixing the tables.
Okay, so... Alright, so Say is mending all the tables. Who's still in the room? Just the rest. Like, Reese comes over and you see he's, like, helping with the mending. Just because, it was his father that broke the table, so... kind of his responsibility.
So activity experience.
How long did that even last? That actually, let's see if you actually. So I rolled the dice.
Well, it would have to be.
That was at least a 3-hour endeavor.
Yeah, because we also.
So that went from like the start of the meeting, summoning the angel, fighting the angel, talking with the angel, and then watching him leave. Okay, so Thorin, what the hell were you doing for all that time? I mean, there were sounds of combat outside.
How long has it been?
It's been like, I don't know. How long has it been since you guys started this endeavor?
Less than a day.
Less than a day?
8 hour rest and then whatever hours came after that.
No, I meant like starting from yesterday, like the very beginning of the session. How long has it been since then to now?
Less than a day.
Less than a day?
Say
Alright.
Trained for a couple of hours and then got fixed up, then...
So we could say about, like, it's been about half a day. Maybe a little more.
I guess.
Can we just round it to a day? That'd probably make it easier.
Yeah. That's...
But I think it's probably been less than half of a day.
How is it less than half?
Because Say only trained for like a couple of hours.
Yeah, but you guys did a...
Well, who else did advent? Like, let's try to get the timeline straight. Who else did crazy adventuring?
No one really
do much.
did anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Adric went and saw the shaman. The shaman was weird.
Yeah, but I only got like an hour of activity.
Yeah, you messed with the cauldron, and the cauldron, whatever the contents were, exploded.
Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to... I remember one.
Yeah, and then there's the book that you have to get translated.
I completely forgot about that.
What language was the book? Oh yeah, you needed to see Say because it was written in an ancient orc dialect.
Yeah.
That you couldn't understand. Nor could Anna understand, so you really have to... Okay, question. Are you going to be honest with her about having somebody in your head?
Dude,
Say already knows.
Yeah.
Already knows.
Oh, Say already knows because she has most knowledge about a lot of things. Like, plus she can see into your mind, and she can see ghosts. So,
Yeah, I haven't
if anyone
hit
knows,
Anna
it's
from the
Say.
party at all.
Say what?
So everybody in the party should know about Anna by this point.
By this point,
I don't think Thorin does.
or maybe Thorin just doesn't care. And I don't think Earthroot has. Or I don't think Neandra has.
I think she might have been, because in the last battle with the demons, Anna stepped out for a second to throw a spear. Although she failed miserably. But
Not
she was
really. It's...
I mean,
Yeah,
at this
but that's
point,
kind of a... That could have been just a hallucination in Neandra's mind.
Yeah, she might have
She's
just
got
been...
so little, like...
I mean, you were in the middle of a battle with demons. I think a little bit of blood loss and damage would probably do that.
She didn't have any
I didn't get hit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
I don't think anyone really got damaged in that fight.
Although, 26 hours of straight
Combat.
Doing it.
combat. Yes, let's call it combat.
That's why I went for the word combat immediately, just because. Alright, so we're gonna round it to a day, just because.
But still, it was less than half of... No, okay.
Well, just because, why I'm saying it's a day is because we're also including all the things that just happened recently.
But wasn't that just 3 hours?
Yeah.
So, like, less than 12 hours plus 3 hours does not equal 24 hours.
You're gonna keep on this, aren't you?
Long rest last session at the end.
Say what?
No, we did not take
Alright,
a
hell
long
with it. We're not
session
gonna bother with
for-
the time right now. We're just gonna say, fuck it, we'll get back to that later. So... I don't know what Thorn and... Well, we'll get back to that, so we're still on safe for a second. So you're fixing tables. I guess Adric is like... Adric, okay, so you're bonding with this massive sword. Doesn't that mean you'll, like, unbond from your armor, or...
If I get a rest from what just happened, then I level up and I get the extra weapon.
Okay. Well, maybe you should do that first, then.
Yeah, maybe I just drag the sword into a room or something for now.
So Galati's not going to allow that. It's like, let's see, is he going to... No, he's not going to care. Never mind. So you're just dragging this massive sword across the ground.
Adric, we're not stealing from potential allies. Give
It's
that
not.
back.
It was not step. I didn't steal it. I'm just borrowing it. If he comes back for it, it's his.
Okay, so...
Don't take it in the damn first...
Yeah, too late. He already... the sword's too big to actually fit through the door, so you're going to have to fix something out.
It's too big to fit through the door.
The hallways are narrow, so turning the sword
so
is
it's
going to
like
be
it's-
hard. And then the second part is that it's actually much larger
like
than
that.
the doorway.
Interesting.
So it's a pretty big sword, I mean. So you see Adric, like, in the hallway trying to muzzle it. Like, he gets to, like, here. Oh, damn it, you keep moving. Where are you going now?
When I see that doesn't work, I just start dragging it the other way.
Okay, so... Which is how you're going to do that, because you dragged it one way, you can't really turn the sword around.
Bigger
I-
than the
Side.
lines.
You'd have to, like,
very
pick it up
carefully.
and move it back the other way.
Yeah. Just very carefully move it back this way.
Yeah, so-
Walking back through the room.
Okay, so he's just like, you just see,
this way.
so Galati's watching all this happening, I thought you were more skilled than that, you keep mishandling that sword.
Hey, keep the wisecracks yourself, weird muscle man.
It's like, you wish. So I guess Say's following you around as you're like, I don't know what you're planning to do with the sword, but...
I just set it back here and sit down with it.
I mean, the thing, even with your armor, this thing is very heavy to lift. I mean, it's a good 6 times your
200,
size,
300
and it weighs
pounds.
quite a bit.
Like 200 pounds, 300 pounds,
I don't know, let's find out.
100
About
pounds.
350.
So if you had to estimate, it's about 200 pounds.
So
It's a really heavy
I
sword.
think, hold on.
And he uses it one-handed because he's got the size to it. $420. Does that deliver it?
If I get the strong arm feat, I'll be able to use this.
Okay. That's if the owner doesn't want it back. You're already getting ahead of
He
yourself.
he kind of left after he got humiliated
Okay.
by Say, so does he even want to come back and face that again?
I mean, can't he just reach an ethereal hand through and grab it?
That's assuming Say lets him.
That's a good question to say. If he does try to claim back the sword, he can't actually re-enter here, can he? The only reason he came here is because you allowed it. So, in essence, he can't come back. Unless you re-invite him to take the sword back.
Well, that's the thing. If he does specifically come back for it, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
take it
but he
from him.
can't specifically come back for it because this dimension is locked.
And thus,
From-
he won't.
He can enter if I allow him to.
Yeah, that's the key there, but it's like,
do you-
how do you even know if he wants to come back? It's like, somebody's knocking on the door or something?
Well, I assume it would be just like a mental thing that I'd know that is trying to open a
Okay,
portal into my
so...
dimension, and I either let him or not.
Let's see. You're in bad luck because that is exactly what is going to happen.
Yeah. Oh well, I tried.
So, like, you drag it all the way out here, and you think it's like, alright, he's not coming back for this. This is mine now. And so... But that's the point where... It's like, say you get your whole disturbance in your head.
Ding dong. Yeah, I pretty much just put him like in this
On hold?
courtyard area.
You put him in that area. He's not coming through fully. He's just like reaching a hand through. Like you can see him on the other side of the portal, and he's just reaching a hand through, and he's grabbing the
His
sword
hand
by the
was
hilt.
Just too far away to grab it.
Say what? Oh, so
His
you're
hand's, like,
forcing him to
just
have to
above.
come into this place.
I'm just screwing with him, really.
You sure you want to attack? Like he already threatened war, and he is probably willing to carry it out. So,
Well, I'm not
and once you uncork the bottle, it's like.
I
Plus,
think
in the
he's
end,
pretty
it's
handy
and in the end, I think it's a bluff because if he does that and he breaks the accords, then the demons will also break the accords, and then it will be all out war. Like both sides will descend upon this place.
Trig, I sheepishly hand him his sword, and I tell him to watch his weapons better.
So, like, I mean, he was clearly getting angry. Like he was reaching in, but you were like out of his reach, and so he was willing to open the portal further. And I guess you hand him the sword.
Yeah, I tell him to care for his weapons better.
So he doesn't. He's not making word. Like he just takes the sword, pulls it through rapidly, and closes the portal.
Okay.
Because it's still you basically beat him in combat. So the shame of that is not exactly going to just go away within hours. It may take a few days, may take even months or years for him to finally get over the fact that he was defeated in combat. Him, a general of heaven, was beaten in combat by a mortal. And plus, there's the other generals. Maybe he might lose his position at this point. Maybe he might not be considered a general.
Well, they wouldn't even know that he lost. It's like this is a completely different dimension. They
Yeah,
pretty much
so
don't have any.
returning without his sword is a pretty clear indicator that he might have lost in combat.
Could
Or
have
he
just
just put his
forgotten
sword
it.
down.
No, they don't believe that you just lose your sword. That doesn't work like that.
Forgotten.
Say what?
Forgetting stuff is normal.
Yeah, for mortals and people, not angels.
But
No,
they are
angels.
also
Angels forget
mortals.
things. Angels forget lots of things.
Say what?
Angels forget things. Angels forget lots of things.
Like what?
Like to. There are just so many stories where angels just fuck up slightly.
Okay. That's fucking up, though. That's not forgetting things.
No, isn't fucking up by forgetting, fucking up, and like air quotes forgetting something.
Okay, so still, it's still a mistake. Even if it was that he may have forgotten his sword there, it still came down to you were pulled here. So he was pulled here, and probably he's going to tell about the combat because he's not about to just lie to his colleagues. He was drawn here by you against his will. He was here for a time. He was here for like 3 hours. So he's not about to just lie to his colleagues what he's been doing all that time. Plus, lying to them is a sin. Why would he lie to his colleagues? Why would he become a fallen... You have to keep remembering, the constant threat of becoming a fallen angel is there.
How is lying a sin? That's not part of the 7 deadly sins or anything.
To them, it's, withholding the truth, and that's still just... It's deviance, so... To them, it's deviance.
Probably
Oh, I know what sin that could be. How about pride? You want to hide... you want to hide that you lost. Or you want to hide that you did something wrong, so you don't tell them the whole truth.
Or maybe it's just to protect yourself. Because you know that...
You can't... It's kind of hard to reason with something that's supposed to be angelic. Yeah, that makes sense to you guys. Again, you got to remember what you're dealing with. You're dealing with angels. They're very rigid about what they believe. Compared to you guys, which you have free will. You can debate this stuff. So, you guys are thinking too much like mortals. Of course, it's like, I don't expect you to think like anything else, but... It's like, not all races think the same way or reason the same way.
Damn people not using logic.
Yep. That's just how it is. And that's why, and that could be the reason why they feel it's the fallen angels are the biggest threat, is because they do that. Like, look at Reese. He's down to earth about things. So look at the Dread Knights. They're pretty down to earth. Like, they're not trying to... Well, some of them are, not all of them. They're senile. So... I think that's also what they fear. They fear the imperfection that, the Nephilim are not perfect beings, not like the angels they claim to be perfect beings. Okay, anyway, so, besides all that, the sword's been returned, now what?
If we've got nothing else to do in the meeting, I'd like, Adria to teach me Celestial.
So, and she's immediately like, she just passes Chester over to the Aldra's mother, who takes it in surprise, wondering, it's like, okay, what do I do with this? And it's like, she's not saying a word, she's just saying, she's just beckoning you to follow her.
My mom knows Celestial?
No. But she handed over Chester, the little mimic to her. Because I guess she saw, she's a motherly figure. I think she'd know how to take care of a little creature. So she passes by and she touches Heartflame and then Claire on the shoulder, and then they all just follow suit. So you're not curious about any of this, why she's bringing everyone, not just... So they all just take seats.
Confused, not the most curious, though.
Yeah, so...
Say sits down and crosses her legs.
Yeah, so... Heartflame, they're all just sitting there... And then, none of them are saying a word. Claire's probably the one who looks the most normal-ish, but even she's a little apprehensive about what's happening. She doesn't... I don't think any of them know what's going on.
So he just looks at Adria.
So... She, she's kind of, mixed, and then as she gets to the point, it's like, okay, why did you do all that?
What?
It's like, you antagonized the General of Heaven. Are you out of your mind?
I was a dick to an asshole.
It's like, it doesn't matter if he was an asshole. He still has an army of thousands of angels behind him. You would antagonize someone with a huge military force to declare war.
I didn't.
It's like, and Harflame's like, hey, wait just a minute here. He was the one doing all the antagonizing, remember?
So, if you didn't notice, he tried to chop me in half just because I wanted to talk to him.
It's like because he wasn't. It's like you pulled him here against his will. He's not going to be the happiest character when you do that. It's like, why did you think he'd be willing to talk if you force him to talk?
It worked.
It's like, only after you humiliated him. It's like, and she's just, so Claire, like, she realizes, like, oh, okay, I should probably sit on that side of the couch. Like, she just gets up, it's like, alright, she needs her space, just, she's getting heated. It's like, and she just gets up and she just, she's standing in front of us like, what the hell is wrong with you? Don't you even care about the lives of those around you? Look how much risk you just put everyone. It's like, what would have happened if he did decide to use some of his magic? It's like, would you have been able to save anybody? I mean, look how many people were in that room.
Obviously I could have saved everybody.
It's like, no, it's not obvious.
I wouldn't have even attempted to do anything like that if I didn't have complete control of the situation.
It's like, well, you could have fooled us. It didn't look like you did. And it's like, and so she's sitting down and she looks like she's, pretty upset about what just happened. And so, like, Claire and Heartflame go to get up to get out of the room, and she just stops them. They're like, no, you need to be here for this. This is important to all of us, not just me and her. So, and Heartflame and them are just sitting there awkwardly. It's like, but this has really nothing to do with this. It's between you and Say's actions. It's just like, why are we here? Like, we're getting there, calm down. We're just trying to play this out.
Yeah, but I have to wait for Nilto as well, so...
Nilto's not even here. Well, Nilto's right there, but he just... So, actually, let me roll on that. Because you were late, you go after Thorin. Because the game has demanded it. Oh, hold up. Just lost my headset there for a second. Hit the floor. Yeah. It's like, because he arrived late, his score will be reduced below. See, actually, let's go with, because you were late, you will go last. I like that rule. Okay, happy. Alright, anyway, so that's Audrey's accusation. It's like, she wasn't really convinced you had the situation in hand. And maybe it's deeper than that. Maybe she's concerned that the fact that, you just went, you could have died there. Potentially.
I know that he wouldn't be willing to use his magic, at least not straight away. And I wasn't going to use my magic before he did. Simply put,
So
if it ever
it's like, and she just asks us, like, what are you trying to do? I mean, do you expect them to ally with you at this rate? Are they going to, like, is this how it's going to be? We're not going to talk with them. We're going to piss them off. We're going to defeat them firsthand, and then they're going to force peace. What kind of peace is that?
I just want them.
It's like, you want them to get along, but they've hated each other for millions of years. And many attempts have been tried.
I just don't like people being hurt, okay?
It's like, me neither, so why did you call him here? We weren't prepared. That was reckless.
How weren't we prepared? How could have we prepared any more?
It's like, well, maybe having more people involved. Maybe actually asking the person involved that's being dragged over.
You're the one who said that there were too many people there in the first place, that I was endangering them.
It's like, no, it's like, because you're endangering them because you pulled him over immediately. You'd learned his name, and then here he was. You could have waited a little longer. It's like, and besides, who was there? People who probably shouldn't have been there.
Two.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, what about Neadra's parents? They may have had information, but, you know, you're putting her parents at risk again. I know you just brought them back from the dead and all, but...
So, you want me to bring in more people, but you want me to have...
It's like, I want you to bring in the people that need to be there, and just them. It's like, we still got to talk with the leadership about this, you know. They didn't have a chance to talk with the angel. And she gets up and she starts walking away. It's like, you know what? I'm wasting my time. You have your own opinions. And all this is wasted. I'll teach you later.
I'm just trying to
Yeah,
figure out exactly what you want from me.
Yeah, so, and she's already walking away. Just, you know, probably because, you know, she's getting really angry. She needs to cool off. She doesn't want to keep, like, because in a way they know how you talk, which is you go around in circles, and no matter what they say, you have an opinion on it. So, and your opinion is unflinching. They can't really influence you of anything. So, it's like talking to a rock. It's just, it ain't gonna happen. So why is she bothering? It's kind of that anger that's like, you know the person's gonna remain the same, and you know the person's gonna do what they want anyway. So
But they have changed my opinion before.
yeah, slightly, but they don't know that. I mean, like, you seem the same anyway. You're still say no matter what. I mean, you it doesn't seem like you've changed. So, and Harflame's like, well, that was awkward. And Claire's like, yeah, she needs to cool off. I mean, it didn't go that badly.
Well, at least we know what's going on.
Yeah. It's like, I think it had less to do with you pulling him over and more to do with who you pulled over. I mean, maybe her faith has been shaken slightly. She was the lieutenant of that whoever that was, Abathur, right? That was who that was? So, this is Harflame asking you, it's like, do you even remember the name of the person you beat?
I think so.
So, it's like, wait. So, Claire just laughs, and Harflame's like smiling, and it's like, you don't even remember the name of the angel which you summoned? And if I recall, that spell requires you to remember the name, to know the full name.
Yeah?
It's like, and she just puts a hand to her face, like, what are we gonna do with you?
It's hard to remember things, especially names.
It's
So
like,
much stuff
it's
going
like,
on.
yeah, why? It's like, don't you write these things down?
Yeah, I do. It's why I write everything down. I can't really
It's like,
remember
well, did you write
things
this
that well.
down?
Yeah, in one of my books.
It's like, which are highly disorganized.
Pretty much.
It's like, well, it's like, and she's just, it's like, she hasn't removed her face from her face, her hand from her face. It's like, you're probably one of the greatest magic practitioners in the land, and yet you have so many personality quirks that it is ridiculous.
Well,
It's like, and Claire's like, hey, that's unfair. I mean, everybody's got their flaws.
yeah, that.
It's like I think it's more difficult to have flaws. It's like I think it's more dangerous to have flaws when you basically summon the power of an ancient deity or whatever the hell he is.
It's impossible to be flawless. Like, that's pointless to even.
Like, well, you could try.
No, it's all you have to do is you have to work with your flaws. Make them work.
It's
for
like,
you.
and are your flaws working for you?
Sometimes.
I don't know why Heartflame right now is being so sarcastic. Like, you could do an insight and try to figure out. It's like, why is she being so sarcastic right now? What the hell happened? Claire's trying to be the voice of reason. She's being horribly sarcastic. You're pretty sure it's because you have been kind of ignoring them all this time. So they've been like. It's one of those, they can't really help you much, and they're kind of along for the ride. I mean, and that's kind of getting to them a little bit. It's like, they don't have the strength to really aid you in any sort of major capacity. And if anything, you funnel most of the power to yourself. None of it really goes to your allies. So, they can't really help you, and most of the time they're a liability in combat than they are an asset.
Yeah, they're getting better.
Yeah, getting better, but it's still like, they can't really be in the field with you in the dangerous situations because, they'd probably just get hurt really badly.
Yeah, I guess, but, I don't know how to fix that is the problem.
Okay, so. No, you're gonna have to figure that one out eventually. It's like. That's the biggest question, I think, for all of you. It's like, alright, how do you fix that? It's your allies want to help, but in their current state, they're more of a liability than they are an asset. So how do you fix that?
It's just mechanically, the rate of progress is so slow compared to us.
Say what?
It's just mechanically the rate of progress is so slow compared to us.
Yep.
It's like in Fallout, you just slap
Yeah,
those
so how do you
bitches
fix
into
that?
the
That's the
armor suit.
question.
It's just like in Fallout, you slap those sons of bitches into armor suits.
Keep them within 10 feet of you.
Well, that is kind of a solution. It's like, invest in them, give them better gear, give them training. It's just spend time with them to actually train them. Instead of always going off on an adventure, spend time with your companions to actually get them better so that they can help you in battle. Otherwise, they're going to remain the same. And you've had all these moments where you don't really, that's what this moment is right now. You don't really have to do anything. Also, it's like, you have a time limit. I mean, literally you have 9 months worth of time until whatever incursion has to happen. So you have to prep for that to, basically stop a grand sacrifice from happening in Glowspire.
Hey, Trick, I have a question. Where are we in the timeline right now, as far as...
We're only 3 months, so you have 9 months, so you're only 3 months in.
Oh, okay.
So the next year is going to happen in 9 months, so you have 9 months of prep, so you have time to train your allies. Where's Say? There. Alright, so I'm going to leave you mulling over that, and we're going to move to Thorin, because Thorin's been missing. Okay, so that's the warranted question that Heartflame is asking. That Heartflame is pretty much giving to light to you. It's like, we want to help, but we can't. Because we're more of a liability. Okay, so Thorin, what were you doing all that time?
A lot.
So, I mean, Shal and Ogre have been in another room. You've been in the room with Tracy.
Last I remember, I put Shal and Ogre in the other room and went to this room where I'm in currently with Don and Tracy. And
Okay.
Thorin basically just saying, fuck it, I'm gonna
Nice use of words.
do Dawn as well as
so.
Tracy at the same time. So
Now, it's kind of difficult because, well, I wouldn't say difficult. It's actually surprisingly easy. Compared to Tracy, who has a little bit of resistance because, she can think straight. Dawn is very, to the point of... She's obedient. It's, to the point of, it's almost scary how obedient she is. Like, no matter what you ask, she'll do it.
Yeah, another reason why I'm basically doing this.
It does get a little awkward sometimes because she does ask questions while things are happening. So, and you says like, do a intelligence. It's like, how this is a 30, Jesus. It's like, how good is your explanation to her what is going on?
That's not even going to be close.
Say what? You're not even going to come close? Well, yeah, you're not going to come close. So, it's really like, Tracy's not trying to help you. She's actually egging you on almost like... In fact, I think she's taunting you almost. It's like, you do this and yet you have no idea how it works. Like, you just kind of go with the motions. So, it's funny to her. It's like, just... So she's basically there watching you try to instruct Dawn on what she's supposed to be doing, and it's just it's comical to her.
Of course it is. I mean,
yeah. So,
but at the same time,
it's surprisingly easy because Dawn, like I said, complete obedience. You tell her to do something, she'll do it. So
Thorn is basically doing this to get rid of the complete obedience.
Yeah, so which is not going to happen. Of course, there's an adverse side effect.
Oh no.
So you get into it, you get to the end point, and then you realize that she's moving about on her own. I mean, like you're not giving her any more orders, and yet she's the one who's like engaging. So the definite changes come over her.
Well, they're still making progress.
Yeah, why didn't you cook dinner before you got here? It's like your turn's gonna be like near the end. Anyway. Ah well. And also what's changed is like her speech has gotten a little bit more sophisticated. Like, for one, she's not talking in simple sentences. She's like saying full sentences. So, even Tracy's taken by surprise. Like, she even asks us, like, why are you talking normally now?
Why shouldn't?
It's like, because the master gave me a gift. It's like, and I plan to use that gift.
Great. But yeah.
So, and like, she's... okay, positioning. It's... Where is she positioned? Is she on top of you? Is she underneath you? Is she on her side? What's happening here?
No idea what's happening.
Oh, well, just roll a dice. Do a D3. Let's see. How is this random? So, no, since she's being submissive, she is underneath you, so she's reaching up and holding you. And, she's the one engaging now, so it seems like she has some modicum of free will, but she is obeying. So it's kind of... It's strange. It's like... Compared to Tracy, she's very submissive.
Well...
And what's strange is that she knows everything. Like, she knows, you created her. You created her, you're breeding with her, and... It's like, she doesn't know how far you're going to take it, but like she's willing to accept whatever. So it's kind of strange having someone like that in your life. And you said you're trying to get rid of that, like, you don't want her being your servant.
Total obedience, like.
So, which is not going to happen. She's not, like, she wants to be completely obedient.
Well, yeah, if she wants it, then...
Yeah, which Tracy finds a little strange. I mean, like, it's... And she even comments on it, it's like, well, you're not going to find me doing that. It's like, have your fun with the one that's completely obedient. I'm never going to be that.
I wasn't hoping on that, so...
It's like, so you don't find it awkward that she hasn't really, like... She's basically been lying there watching everything happen. She hasn't really been... Like, it's more of like I said, it's amusing to her, just seeing it's like, alright, so how is he going to do this? And then just everything happens. It's like, it's still amusing. So, I take it you're about to start again, and then Shal, you hear knocking at the door.
Well, yeah, basically.
So, Tracy's the one who's like, at least somewhat decent. She goes over to the door. Like, she kind of cracks the door, and you see Shal outside. And she immediately relays, it's like, I may have found a way to transfer knowledge without having to have any sort of physical contact. And Tracy's like, oh, that's nice. Can you come back later? It's like, very well. And so Shal just bows her head and just walks away. And Tracy's like, well, and she just sits in a chair. It's like, well, I guess that happened.
What happened?
It's like, oh, that she said she'd give herself a week and she got it done in less than a day. It's like you sure know how to pick the right people for the right jobs.
Yeah, somehow I am good at that.
It's like, and she just gets up. It's like, well, you have fun with your pet, and I'm gonna go do something. So she's just walking out the door.
Damn it.
So, but you could tell there was a hint there. There was, you need some alone time with your new companion, and you need to figure out where that's going, and so on and so forth. And she's going to go figure out what she's going to do. Because now it's like, okay, what is Tracy's role in this whole endeavor? Like, what is her... And she's going to have to try and figure that out.
Why constantly?
Because she's a very independent type of person. She's like, if I'm going to be here, I want to be useful. So she's going to figure out, okay, what skill sets do I have that it could be useful? I mean, the most you've seen her use is archery. I mean, she saved your ass from that black orb from turning you into a puddle of burning flesh.
True.
Yeah, so if she didn't launch an arrow into that black mass, you probably would have died there. That would have been interesting, but... In essence, you owe her your life, because without her, you probably would have just melted.
Yeah.
So, moving on, I mean, like, do you want to roll time frame, or are you just gonna, like... Because it's already gone on once. So, do you continue? Do you stop yourself? What happens?
I think Thorn is gonna stop getting himself somewhat decently dressed.
Okay, so...
Well, just like he always is, so...
Yeah. Now, the problem is, Dawn does not wear clothing, and you've basically made a mess. So, what do you do about that?
Another reason why Thorn is dressing himself to get clothing for Dawn.
Okay, so... she does not find clothing comfortable. I mean, she's been used to, well, not wearing clothing.
Yeah, but... It's just...
Again, there's obedience there. It's like, you tell her to put those on, and then she'll do it, so...
Yeah, I'm basically gonna tell her to put those on.
Okay, so... It's like... And see, like, as she's putting clothes on, it's like, you don't plan to go further. It's very unsettling that she's now talking like a normal person. I mean, like, she went from total servant, speaking in simple sentences, so now she's talking like she is a normal being. It's like, and she's asking, it's like, but why don't you plan to go further? I mean, Tracy, you've gone much further with her.
I said not yet.
So, and she, despite everything, she's still kind of in a feral crouch. She doesn't really stand upright very often.
Mm.
And she's, it's like, am I just not good enough?
No, that's not the case.
It's like, then why?
it's something to do with me. I'm not completely confident with going further yet.
So it's like I understand. So
Well, better go check out on Shell
so
as I walk out.
it's like and she's following suit. I mean, like she's basically doing what she always does. She's following suit.
Yeah, basically, I knock on the door.
I mean, if anything, besides maybe you had intercourse with her once, she is almost exactly this. The only difference is maybe the clothing, but she's acting exactly the same as before. Just now, apparently, she has a little bit more intelligence. So, you knock once and the door opens, and you see Shal is already at the doorway. It's like, come in. So, Ogre's sitting on a bed. You see that the bed is clearly dented. Like, she sat on it, and the bed is, it broke a little bit. And Shal explains, we've already arranged to pay for that. And fix that as well. It's like these bed frames weren't really built to sustain someone of her size and weight.
Yeah, apparently.
It's like, so, what brings you here?
What? The thing that you brought, that you said at the door to Tracy.
It's like, oh, you mean the information? Yeah, it was actually a lot simpler than I thought. It's like, and she takes out, like, what looks like a strange crystal. And she just starts touching the sides, and you see weird ghost images start to show up. It's like, from the small amount of research I've been able to do, and I can ascertain that you're bleeding off some sort of dark energy. I mean, that's the obvious thing. Maybe I should just move ahead. Do we need do you want the extensive, or do you just want the simple?
Start with the simple, and then maybe the extensive come later.
That's like, so you want both?
Maybe.
It's like, alright, we'll start from the beginning. You're radiating dark energy. Dark energy that apparently is coming from the deity Abatu, which is bound to your right arm in a gauntlet. It's like, to put it bluntly, since the gauntlet is bound to your flesh, you and him are practically the same being. Hence why he can manifest. It's like, although there was something strange, I did sense an anomaly in your brain. Would you care to clarify that?
Oh, that wizard guy that got locked up in there.
So, it's like, what does that mean?
Oh, Apatu told me to eat the brain of one of the persons that
It's like, oh.
attacked me first to get...
Oh, you mean it's a poor unfortunate that's now locked in your psyche, you mean?
Yes.
It's like, and so, like, she stops for a second, and she gets the crystal, and she puts it near your head, and she's just like, she's not touching your head, but she's moving it around your head. And it's like, huh, strange. The anomaly's gone.
Wait, what?
It's like, I scanned it maybe a day ago, and it was there, and now it's gone. I think there might be like, she's looking at the crystal, it's like, I think something might be wrong with my crystal. Oh. And she scans it again, and it's like, no, it's gone. Just, I don't know where it went. I'll have to do more research.
Basically because me and...
Say what?
Basically because me and Abatu are linked together, I basically just ask Abatu through my mind, like, what the fuck, where did he go?
It's like, so he just says bluntly, I devoured him.
Fine with me.
Yeah, so, it's like, and she's like, and she just sits down and is like, well, that explains the situation. It's like, and she stops herself, it's like, do you have a problem with me reading your thoughts?
As long as you don't go insane, no.
And it's like, trust me, there are worse things than reading your mind.
Probably. Just most...
No, that's like, It's like, despite my appearance, I'm very versed in the ability of mind reading. It'll take more than just the insane mind to drive me insane. Of course, like, and she goes into an aside which you didn't ask for, which is, of course, the untrained mind reader will always end up touching minds, and that they will bring back things from that mind. I am not one of those mind readers. I simply brush the mind. I don't go into the mind. It's like, some say it's a little bit less invasive, you won't get as much details. I say you just need more practice and then it'll work perfectly. It's like, but besides the point. It's like, and she's like, what were we talking about before?
What you came to...
It's like, yes. It's like, you're giving off dark emanations, and I already told you, yada yada yada, and she's fast-forwarding to where it needs to be. It's like, because of your dark emanations, you simply just need to be in the presence of people and gift them with said abilities. It's like, your aura seems to be geared more towards combat, not so much intellectual pursuits. It's just, And so she has to, it's like, I take it you're more of a warrior than you are a scholar.
Yeah, I'm not really good for scholarship things.
It's like, and so she starts manipulating her crystal. It's like, well, that may be a problem, actually.
So?
It's like, because if you are not akin to scholarly pursuits, then likely the aura will not adapt to give us any sort of benefits from it. So it's like, your aura will probably just give us combat-related insights. Well, it's like, how many hours a day do you think of combat?
The last few days, not a lot, actually.
Okay, so it's like, is that abnormal?
Actually, yeah. I mean, the last few weeks, I've not really been thinking of combat as much as normal.
It's like, and why is that? Did something change within you? Did something change from the outside?
Well, to begin, I gained the gauntlet, and second of all, me and Tracy started dating, quote unquote.
Okay, so it's like, and she stops herself. It's like, you mean having intercourse?
Yeah.
So it's like, we try to. It's like, I try to deal in specifics. And so,
yeah,
she has kind of a nose, and you see she smells in, and it's like, and I see you couldn't resist the temptation of also having intercourse with your companion.
Well, that was...
So, and she walks over, and she's like, I take it you've also gained a modicum of intelligence? And she just nods. And it's like, it's within practicality. It was the most immediate it was the most immediate solution.
I just raised one of my eyebrows, like, what?
It's like, it's what we discussed before, is that through intercourse and physical contact, you're able to simply transfer whatever knowledge you have through, I guess, a moment of intimacy, if that's what we're going to call it.
Yeah, let's call it that for now.
So, yeah. And she's like, but again, I deal in specifics. To put it bluntly, it's you're opening up your soul to another soul. And by the transfer of, I would say, emotions? No, not emotions. I would say it's more of a mutual understanding. Through mutual understanding, acceptance on both sides, Then she's trying to explain it in simpler terms, because it's more complex than it sounds, but she's seeing that you're just like, you don't want it in complex terms.
Well, if you don't
it's like, to put it bluntly, you're simply taking a part of your soul and putting it into them.
That's not good, I take it.
It's like, no, on the contrary, it's actually a very interesting idea. In fact, most of the time, people who try to do that end up destroying another soul. But it seems when your soul touches other things, it's like, okay, maybe not. Like she's doing an experiment in front of you. It's like, to non-dark beings, your soul is actually rather corrosive. So, if you were to say, force yourself upon a being of light or some other creature, you would probably kill them. It's like, you wouldn't even have to really go that far. I mean, you could go as far as simply, I don't know. So, like, and she's doing more experiments. So like, you could go up to the point of insertion, and by simply inserting, you would probably kill them. It's like, interesting. It's like, I wasn't very sure if intercourse was ever going to be deadly, but, well, I guess you've proven my point.
Apparently it is.
And so she's looking at you, does this conversation make you uncomfortable?
More surprised.
So, I don't know, do perception. Are you paying attention to what Ogre's doing?
Chances are highly likely.
Say what? Okay, so, if anything, you've been aware of her situation. Just because she's an imposing presence, she hasn't really been moving much. I mean, she's pretty much been hunched over in a sitting position, kind of, hands on her knees, just listening to the conversation intently, and she hasn't said a word. She hasn't removed her armor. She doesn't have the cloak right now, but, she's a pretty imposing figure still. And she's been as still as a statue. I mean, she doesn't even look like she's breathing.
At that point, I basically just ask Ogre straight up, like, something wrong with you?
Oh, and she just shakes her head no. Oh. It's like, when I talk about these things, she gets very interested. It's like, and I don't mean intercourse, I just mean the sharing of knowledge gives her interest. I'm not entirely sure why. It's like, I think that's why we ended up companions. Why she ended up joining me in a lot of my adventures is because, well, like, it's like, and she immediately, it's like, and I'm going to stop you right there. I did not mean companions in the sexual manner.
No,
I meant companions as in traveling companions.
I was not even going there with my mind.
Okay. It's like, I'm just covering my bases. It's like, so, there's your... I suppose I may have answered your question, but do you have any more questions for me?
So, how am I to transfer over?
It's like, through a moment of contact with a dark being of intercourse, by simply doing so with them, and having it fully accepted, you take a part of your soul out of yourself and transfer it to another being. Of course, it does have consequences. It's whoever you do that with is now bound to your service permanently, and by leaving your presence, they will actually die.
Well,
it's like, but don't worry, they can travel for many, many miles. In fact, thousands of miles before they feel any effects.
So basically what you are saying, if I want to teach you the layout of the lands, then I have to...
Wait, say that again?
So basically what you are saying, that if I want you to know what I know, then I have to have intercourse with you.
It's like, it's not a demand. You have a choice, after all. And of course, there is the risk that I need some sort of emotional bond to you in order for it to happen correctly. It's like, which at the current is not possible because, well, I have barely met you. I don't know who you are, what you represent, or any of that. I just know the Gauntlet called me here, and I am simply your servant at the moment.
Yeah, but I wasn't talking right now either, so...
It's like, of course you weren't. So, I mean, this is kind of it's like, alright, you went from one awkward situation to another. It's like, you went from someone who is completely obedient, now having some sort of intelligence, to this person who can read your mind and knows exactly what you're thinking when you think it. So, she answers questions almost matter-of-factly. Like, it's kind of creepy. It's almost like she's emotionless. She's emotionless, yet she displays it. It's weird. Just her, in general, is a little bit of a, I don't know, abnormal.
Aren't all my companions abnormal? I mean...
Say what?
Aren't all my companions abnormal?
In their own way. Maybe that's why they're all bound to your service, because each of them has their own quirk. And obviously, Shell and Ogre, they're not bound to you. They were just called here. So.
Yeah, I know. I'm basically gonna say like.
So I mean, and Shell just asked the question. It's like, so what is your plan? Do you plan to try and seduce us? Yeah, very casual. She doesn't even flinch about these questions.
I can always try.
It's like, well, you'll have to try very hard. I mean, I'm a woman of high standards, and Ogre is, well, difficult.
Do I have to try really hard? As I try to persuade her.
Okay, her honest answer is no. But there are particular steps that you have to take.
Yeah, I'm not gonna skip from just meeting someone to having intercourse with them.
It's like, my advice is that you learn more about doppelgangers, and you learn how to effectively intercourse them properly.
Haven't I already read a book about that?
What about doppelgangers? I don't know. Have you?
I've read a book with Gorgons, and the only part I didn't read was Worgons.
Okay. Oh yeah, you read a book on exotic creatures. That was interesting. So, I don't know, roll it. Let's do history check. Do you actually remember that whole section on doppelgangers?